Welcome back to the Har Next Door. I thought I'd do something fun today and talk about some early Freddy vs. Jason sales material or promo material from 1997, a whole 6 years before Freddy vs. Jason would grace the big screen. Before we talk about the trailer, I wanted to show off this flyer that was used to promote the movie for a 1998 release date. This photo comes from FridayThe13thFranchise.com. The flyer says, Freddy vs. Jason, prepare yourself for the horror event of the century. Two of the most malevolent and wildly popular horror characters in cinematic history return for the ultimate showdown, taking us to the very depth of hell and back. Coming in 1998. Then on the right, we have the chrome hockey mask from the cover of Jason Goes to Hell, obviously with the Jason worm edited out, with Freddy's glove positioned over top of it. Every horror kid like me's fantasy come true. I enjoy seeing this kind of stuff. I know it was probably never shown to the public, or at least I don't think it was. It probably was just an industry insider type of thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is what I'm guessing. Anyway, I know that as of 1997, New Line Cinema had only made Jason Goes to Hell and only had stills and artwork to use from that production. But man, would it have killed them to just get a hockey mask that everyone instantly recognizes as Jason to use for this? The chrome mask is cool and all, but I don't know. Like I said, it was probably whipped together quickly just to get buzz within the industry and was never intended for us to see. That being said though, this is really cool. Could you have imagined a Freddy vs. Jason as a 1998 movie? I know some of you watching this were probably not even alive in 1998, or you were still crawling around in diapers, but us vampires who lived through 1998 remember that time as the teen horror craze. 1998 brought us such horror movies as The Faculty, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, Bride of Chucky, which was directed by Ronnie Yu, who went on to direct the actual Freddy vs. Jason, and Halloween H2O. That is right. If this happened the way it was advertised, Halloween H2O would have come out the same year as Freddy vs. Jason. Okay. Now let's get to the trailer. I downloaded this from YouTube years ago, so I don't know who to give credit to, but you are a hero, whoever you are. This trailer is a short promotional teaser that was shown to exhibitors of the 1997 Show West Trade Convention. And according to an old Variety article, the teaser was received with wild applause and howling from the gathered exhibitors. I'm going to play the teaser for you now and we'll talk about it when it's over, but keep in mind that this is not in HD and it's pretty low quality, but it's not about that, it's about how cool this is. Check it out.
They are the two greatest champions the world has ever seen. All who witness their power fear them. All who try to stop them fail. Now, at last, they will face each other in the fight of the century, in the showdown of the millennium. Miss me? Freddy vs. Jason.
Alright, let's dive into this and break it down. In the beginning, we have the words of Freddy vs. Jason slowly spinning into frame with the American flag waving in the background. I like how the voiceover begins with him saying, "They are the two greatest champions the world has ever seen." It makes you think this is going to be like a new Rocky film or something. I think it's kind of funny. Also, there's a sound effect in the background of like a bell or something. And I swear it sounds like the same sound effect from Hellraiser. I'm telling you, I think it's the same thing or pretty damn close. After the opening titles, we get a clip from Wes Craven's New Nightmare of Freddy saying, "Miss me?" I always loved that shot and that line. Yes, Freddy, we all miss you. Can you please come back and make another film? Next, there is a short clip from Jason Goes to Hell of Jason swinging the rake that Steven put into his chest. Like I said before, New Line Cinema only had clips from Jason Goes to Hell to work with here, so all the Jason clips are from that film. Next, we get another shot of the Freddy vs. Jason logo, but now a flame shooting through the letters. After this, there's a lot of quick shots of both Freddy and Jason. This is a shot of Freddy from Nightmare 4. This is during the loop scene where Alice and Dan keep going around in circles, but eventually end up seeing Freddy in the middle of the road. Alice tries to hit him with the truck, but ends up hitting a tree instead. I always liked this scene when I was a kid. Alice and Dan just driving around and around in circles. It was weird, but really fun. Another shot from Jason Goes to Hell of Jason and Steven flying through the glass window of the Voorhees house. This was such a cool shot in the movie. The glass flying everywhere is really cool. Always loved that shot. Next is a shot of Freddy from Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I might be wrong, but I think this is towards the end of the film. The fire in the background is what makes me come to that conclusion. I was never a big fan of Freddy's makeup in the New Nightmare, but I really like Freddy wearing a long coat. I don't know, just something about that is so cool. I think they should do that again one day, even if it's just for one scene. This is a shot of Jason from the very beginning of Jason Goes to Hell after the FBI agent falls over the balcony and Jason looks down at her. Another great shot of Jason. This is from the end of Jason Goes to Hell after the dagger was stabbed into Jason's chest and the process of Jason going to hell forever started with all the orange lights shooting out from him. A cool shot of Freddy egging on Alice in the final fight scene of Nightmare 4. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 has always been one of my favorite Freddy films, and this end fight scene I always thought was perfect. Alice is a badass. I always loved her character. I think I may have watched Nightmare 4 the most when I was a kid. Jason getting punched in the face by Steven after he had been stabbed with a dagger. The orange lights shooting from his mask after taking the hit. The next two shots are again from Nightmare 4. This is when Kristen dies. She is thrown into the furnace behind Freddy and ends up burning to death. This is right after the shot of light hits Freddy, making him lean back so we can all get a great look at his chest of souls. The soul chest thing was always so sick to me, but I mean that in a good way. It looks awesome. The makeup effects in Nightmare 4 were top notch in my opinion. Next is a shot of Jason looking up at the bomb coming down on him at the beginning of Jason Goes to Hell right before he's blown to bits. Another shot from Nightmare 4, this is again at the end fight scene, but this is when Alice turns around with the broken piece of glass from the church window and Freddy reacts to it. The camera shoots towards him and goes inside of his mouth and into his body. A lot of weird soul stuff happens after that I'm not even going to begin to explain. If you haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street 4, what are you doing? And last, we have the shot of Jason being blown to shit by the FBI agents. If you look closely, you can see Jason's severed head flying in the air, and I think next to it is his hockey mask, but it could just be a piece of anything, but I want to think it's his mask. The trailer ends with the Freddy vs. Jason logo once again, but now with the fire burning on the outside of the letters. One more thing that I noticed is that the music that plays throughout the quick little sequence of shots is from the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie, which was also produced by New Line Cinema, which is why they were able to use it for this. I knew it sounded familiar, so I did some digging and figured out that it's a song called A Taste of Things to Come by George S. Clinton. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. And that's it for the trailer. I know the trailer is comprised of reused footage from past Freddy and Jason movies, but I'll tell you this. If I had seen this in 1997, my head would have exploded. Yeah, I still lost my shit in 2003 when the real trailer released for Freddy vs. Jason, but it's so damn cool even if it is reused footage. I still can't even picture what a 1998 Freddy vs. Jason would have looked like. So that's it for the video. What do you think of this early Freddy vs. Jason promotional material? What do you like about the flyer and this teaser trailer? Can you imagine a 1998 Freddy vs. Jason movie? Let us know in the comments. If you had as much fun watching this as I did making it, would you kindly subscribe?